Hey everyone, it's a Crafty Crocheter back for another video. This is episode 118. It is 11:25 p.m. on Monday the 22nd of July. Cannot believe we are almost through July already. Before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you to my 697 subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys coming back every week. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. It doesn't really bother me if you give me a thumbs down. If you haven't already, could you please subscribe? And if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment in the comments section below. Or you could email me at I don't know why I always give that one. You can email me at acraftycrocheter1991@gmail.com. That is my personal email for this channel. So if you have any questions, you can email me there. Okay, so before we get started with what I have, I cleaned my room and I organized everything that I had made so far. So far I have 8.5 bags full of stuff that I have made so far this year. I have 2 bags of lapgans, 2 bags of shawls, a bag for hats, a bag for baby blankets, a bag for scarves and cowls, and a bag for miscellaneous. So that's 8. And then I have the bag that I am using out here. So the things that I need to work on, which you're going to be seeing a lot of for a while, is I need to work on hats, I need to work on scarves or cowls, I need to work on mittens, and I need to work on baby blankets. I have a lot of mandala, so that is what you are going to be seeing, is a lot of baby blankets with the mandala. So now that I said that, I might do a video or videos of, everything that I have so far so that you guys can see what I have. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know and I will do that a weekend or something. Just showing you I'll name the videos, shawls I've made, lapgans I've made. Basically, I'd show you what I have so far. If you guys would like to see that, let me know in the comments below. Because I'm not sure if I shared everything that I've made or not. I try to do that, but sometimes something, just gets in the way and I don't. So, yeah, if you want to see those, let me know in the comments and I will try to get on that. So, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to do finished objects because that is what I have the most of. So, my first finished object is this little lapgan. This is am I showing it upside down? No. This is the mini ripple stitch. I really like this pattern. It is super easy. I just did a chain. It's a free pattern on YouTube here. And you do a multiple of 10 plus 2. It's very simple. It's something that you can do sitting there watching TV. You just have to remember that you're only doing, like I said, it's very simple. So, that is upside down. So that is that. And I finished this baby blanket, which this is the Whitby baby blanket. I finally finished it. This is going to my littlest cousin. She was born in March or April. So she's just a couple months old. And this is the Whitby baby blanket. And of course, I didn't add the rest of the rows on. It's a mandala in the colorway Dream World. I used a 6. Was it a 6? Yes, I used a 6mm hook for this. And yeah, along with this, I made her a little octopus. Since she's so small, has my kid hair all over it. And yes, it does rattle. I just gave it some black eyes since it is for a little baby. So there it is. Because she's so small, and I made her a bigger toy, which I will get now. I made her this as a little whale. I also put black soda on black eyes. I made her this when she gets a little bit bigger, and it makes noise. So I went with the pink theme, as you can see. This one has the little storage beads, little storage bead containers with some glass beads in it. And then this one has a ornament plastic ball that has jingle bells in it. So I made those. They will be bagged up and put in a bag. I also made this scarf here because I need to work on scarves. This is in the rainbow confetti. I think it's one of the Big Twist Sincerely yarns, I think. So I made that, and it's just my favorite stitch, which is the V stitch. I also made this one. This is just a double crochet one, and it's this long, doubled. So I did 2 rows of Pretty in Pink, then 2 rows Red Heart Super Saver. Then I did 2 rows of soft pink mainstays, 1 row of black mainstays, and then just did the opposite. So I made that one. I also made, this is a new blanket pattern that I found. I really like it. You can't really tell in this yarn though. It is called the Bright and Breezy blanket. I found it on Red Heart Super Saver, or Red Heart's website. If you just go over to their website, I will try to leave a link in the description below to where I found this pattern. I have one of those in my whips, so you will see that. Now, I had 1 skein of this yarn, and it is Mandala Sparkle in the colorway Hercules. This scarf is huge, okay? So, this is folded in 4. This is folded in half. And then, see, look, it just goes and 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 goes. I had 1 cake, and I wasn't leaving any of that cake. All of the scarves I made with a 6.5mm hook. The little Bright and Breezy square I made, that's a pet mat, I made with a 6mm hook. The stuffed animals, the little octopus and the whale, I made with a 3.75. The mini ripple blanket, I used a 6.5mm hook. And the Whitby baby blanket, I used a 6mm hook. Now, let's show everything that I have finished. And then I will show you something else. So I also made this scarf. I started with the purple. I had a cake of it. And then I did some rows of black. And I ended with some rows of pink. So somebody will like this scarf. I don't wear scarves. I make them, but I don't wear them. So I made that one, and this again, the V-stitch. As is this one. I used a 6.5 for that one, and a 6.5 for this one. This is also the Sincerely yarn. I don't know what colorway this is. Maybe, I don't know. But it's like a cream with yellow, like reddish orange, and like a tealy blue. It's really pretty. So I had one cake of that, so I made that. Now, okay, so I was at my mom's a couple weeks ago, and she gave me her bag that I crocheted for her. I made granny squares and sewed them together before I had a YouTube channel. And I taught her how to I started her granny squares, and then I left her, make them. And she has decided that she doesn't want to crochet anymore, which I really think she should crochet. And yes, Mom, I'm talking to you. I think you should crochet. It gets you doing something. It gets you, when you get bored and, you can work on something. But other than that, whatever. I've preached to you before the reason why you can do it, but whatever. So, she gave me a bag of the granny squares that she was working on, and I finished them for her. So, I just want to show you the ones that we have. So, there's this one, and I'm not sure what hook she used or anything. And then there's this one, but I figured I would just send them into the pet shelter, and they can make them into pet mats or whatever. So they're going to go to a good cause. So yeah. So that is all of my finished objects. Now we're going to go into... No, sorry, that's not all my finished objects. So I have 2 completed pair of mittens. And I have to say something about the one pair. So, if you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I hated making mittens for the longest time. Well, I hear like I said in my one video, I hear we're supposed to have a really, really bad winter. And every time I laid down to go to sleep, I just kept thinking and dreaming about people going to the hospital with frostbite on their fingers in the wintertime. And I'm like, you know what? I know I hate making mittens, but I'm making mittens this year. So I have this pair. It is it's fresh mint and gray heather. And for me, I either go, if you hear somebody snoring, that's my kid. For me, I like to tie my mittens together. That way, when they go to reach for a pair of mittens, they're already tied together, and they don't have to look for another further pair. So what I've done is I go 2 places to get my my ribbon. So I go to Walmart, and I go to the ribbon section at Walmart back by the sewing, and I look for the 3.2 inch ribbon. I got some, but they're over there, and I will get them here in a minute. You know what? I'll just get them now. Okay. So, I also have a great idea. So, the ribbon that I get is this real thin stuff. And it is 1/8 of an inch, and you get 10 yards in here. So, I personally get a lot of use out of this ribbon because I don't use very long pieces for my things, for my mittens. So, I got one in like a royal blue. I got one in a lavender or lilac. I got one in a pretty pink. I got one in a like beige color. I got another blue. And I got a royal blue, or a navy blue. And then I also got green. And I drink a lot of soda. I shouldn't drink a lot of soda, but I do. So what I've done is I've taken an empty soda bottle and I cut it into strips. And then what I've done is, you probably should get a better strips than I do, but I messed them up really bad. Is what I do is I loop it over. See, I'll show you here. See if I can get this off without cutting myself. So here's my loop, or my strip, or my, what is this called? My strip. And I put it on, and then I just loop it around. And it's better if you use a roller, or you cut your bottles flat and do it that way instead of doing it the way I was doing it. Because then you get pieces that look like this that aren't straight and stuff. So yeah. And I cut a whole mess of them because I have a lot of ribbon. So you go to Walmart. My kid jumped down. He's gonna go out. So I went to Walmart, and I went to the ribbon section in the sewing department, and I bought that ribbon for 47 cents. Another place I go is to the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And you go in, and you go where the party stuff is. You go to where the balloon stuff is, or the ribbon is what I do. And you get curling ribbon. It works the same way. Now, at the dollar store, you can get a lot more in several colors. And Walmart has it too, but they're like big spools, like this big, for $2. That's what I do. So anyway, I already tied these two mittens together. And I was trying to figure out a cuff that wasn't so bulky like this one. So I went with this. Let me tell you about this cuff. I will never do another one of these cuffs. They're nice, yes, but it took me twice as long to do this cuff than it did this cuff. So I'm going to try one more different kind of cuff. Some of my whips that I'm going to show you. And I'm going to see if I like them any different. So I have, this is in gold and gray. And this is fresh mint and charcoal. Or not charcoal, gray heather, I think. So yeah, I will not be doing another one of those cuffs. Now we are into whips. And I only have a couple. So, I looked at my book. This book is just a regular notebook that you get at Walmart, or you can get them at Dollar Store. I write down all of my projects, what hook I use, and when I finish it and when I start it. So from this book, I can tell you that I have let me count. Hang on a minute. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not right. 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 whips, and that includes 2 pairs of mittens that I started out with. I have this blanket that I'm going to show you here in a minute. I have another lapgan. Technically, I have 2 lapgans that I need to finish. And then I have a shawl that I need to finish, and a baby blanket that I need to finish. So, the baby blanket that I'm working on is this one. This the right way. Man, my cat hair. Jesus. So, yes, it is this. This is the Bright and Breezy baby blanket, or lap blanket. And I am using the color Peacock, Mandala Peacock. So, you'll be seeing a lot more of these, a lot more of the Which Way Filet, and possibly a lot more of the Whitby baby blankets. Not really sure on those. I really like these type of blankets with the mandala. I really, really do. Another thing I have been making is if I have a random scrap of yarn, it's not big enough to do anything with. Okay, what I'm basically making is a cat toy. So as you know, I donate to a local animal shelter. And the cats love yarn, well, except for mine. Mine's old. Mine's 105 years old. So he doesn't like to play that much anymore. So I got this. So this was a random ball of yarn that I had. And I just took my extra long needle. I don't know where it's at, to be honest with you. But it's like this long. You can get it in the sewing section. And I just weaved it in and out. As you can see, it's all bumpy and stuff. Just weaved it in and out and everywhere. And left a little bit of a tail so they can play with it and stuff. And so yeah, I've been making those too. So as of my mittens that I'm working on, I have, I forgot this little guy. I made this like a while ago. But isn't he cute? It's a little octopus. I tried to make him really, really small so I could use these little tiny buttons, and I don't really like the legs. So, yeah. I'm not really liking the legs on that one. Also, I have really, really nice bags that my gram brought me home from work. And I used to use a piece of paper, to tell me what was in the bags and stuff. Well, I was at Walmart last week, and I said to my mom, I'm like, I need to go to the labels section. She's like, what are you labeling now? I said, I used to put a piece of paper in the bags of my stuff. And then when I would, put more stuff in it, the piece of paper would get lost. So I got these labels for like $1.88. There is 20 in here. And I wrote on the label what was in the bag and put it at the top of the bag where the zipper opens up to tell me what is in that bag. So, these are really nice to have. So, I have 2 pairs of mittens. Well, I have this pair that I think I showed you last time. They are Bright Mix. And then I have this pair Red Heart Super Cyber Bright Mix. And then I have this pair, which is Hello Gorgeous Atlantis. So, I have one thumb done on these pair. And then I will do that. And I have a hoe, which is a half object. I have one mitten here. And I was trying to get the pattern to do the same thing, which is spiral on itself. But it is not working out the way I want it to. So, it's going to be a mismatched pair. And I don't really care anymore. So, that is a half-finished object. And that is it. That is all I have for you today. Or technically tonight. I'm going to take my stuff down on Saturday. My aunt and uncle that are in Florida are leaving on Sunday. So they are going home on Sunday. So we are going down to see them on Saturday. And I plan on taking everything down to them so they can give them their stuff. So, we went to the flea market a couple Sundays ago. And I only bought myself 2 things. And this is one of them. It's a good stress reliever. And I bought this one too. Spider. Little spider. And it's blue. See the blue glitter in it? Yeah. I like spiders. Not really, but I like them. But if they're in my room, they die. You know, you're a spider, you know, you should be outside. You should not be in my room. If you're gonna be in my room, then you're gonna have to die. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're in the house, you're pretty much dead. But yeah, that is everything for tonight. And I will hopefully be back next week, or at the end of this week. I know I am late again. It is like I said, it's Monday night. But I was trying to get stuff done for my aunt and my uncle and the little kids. So I got everything done. Now I can just kind of take a breather. And when I went through my stuff, I'm like, yeah, I need to slow down. So I need to work on, you know, hats, mittens, scarves, cows, and baby blankets is basically what I need to work on. So, like I said, I keep saying I will let you guys go. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And hopefully I will see you back here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Alright. Bye, guys.